Hi everyone! I thought I'd drop a gaming video to start adding to the roster of my YouTube content. With the release of Monster Hunter World Iceborne in mind, the thing I'd like to discuss today is my top 5 hunting tips for new players. I want to help new and returning players as I get questions on my stream about the game quite a lot. It's my favourite game, so I figured why don't I just provide a video explanation for all the advice I dish out? And here we are. Without further ado, number 1. Take your time. This may seem like an obvious one, and one which loses its meaning once you're bloodthirsty to get to endgame content. However, it's worth keeping in mind when even someone like myself, after 600 or more hours played over 2 platforms, is still learning the game. I haven't got every decoration, I still don't have builds for every weapon, and I still make mistakes. Rushing the game will lead to burnout, but also it can lead you to develop poor hunting habits and bring about your first wall prematurely. A wall is like the first challenge you spend multiple hunts on. In Monster Hunter World, it's often Anjanath, or Rathian, or Kirin, and I can imagine Iceborne won't be too forgiving either. And that leads me on to say, number 2, learn to build early on. This may be sounding a bit like a Fortnite tutorial, but I promise you that building armor is a key part of Monster Hunter's endgame that shouldn't be overlooked. To this day, we spend time on my stream trying to build up lower ranked players, to teach them how to cope with monsters that simply require certain armor to get the job done. Before Iceborne releases, read up on decorations, resistances, armor skills, armor bonuses, and meta builds, and try to understand what they're there for. Number 3, play solo. Wait, what? Chill out, this is a multiplayer game, you can't just tell people to solo the whole thing. I hear you, but this piece of advice is one that I usually give first and foremost to anyone who asks. There are exceptions to this tip, and this is just my opinion that I will stand by firmly.
Get the game and solo it for 80 hours straight.
The reason I give this tip is because when you play solo, you simply cannot rely on others to deal with brutal mechanics for you. If you play with friends, the chances are they'll not point out that your build is poogie poop, or if you're missing crucial mechanics. They'll be far too focused on protecting their own hides, or scared of sounding mean. When playing solo, however, it's just you and your palico, and you'll really learn that monster's moves because it'll probably slap you around a significant amount. When you're in trouble, it may be easy to reach for the flare, but I believe in you. Most of the time it will only take 3 carts for you to realize your build isn't optimized for the monster you're fighting, or it's not leveled up enough with appropriate armor spheres and decorations. Monster Hunter World is very much one of those one step forward, a whole leap back type of learning curves. In summary, I would say for the first 60 to 80 hours, just play the main quest line solo. Maybe get some multiplayer action in for your optionals if you get a little bit lonely. Like me. Number 4. Familiarize yourself with the grind. Once you're past the main quest line, after high ranking a little bit, you unlock tempered monsters. These neat iridescent dudes are ones that drop decorations and streamstones, the RNG grind of Monster Hunter World. The sooner you understand this, the better. The game will explain streamstones to you, the rarity of which rely on the threat level of each monster. Instead of explaining this feature as some other YouTubers and even the base game does, my tip here is pretty simple. Be prepared to grind, but also don't forget that you will burn out if you spam the same monsters trying to get that specific decoration or streamstone, or in Kulvatarov's case, weapons. Break things up with multiplayer, arena challenges, event quests, or even some therapeutic gathering quests. I promise that the grind can wait, as it isn't really going anywhere, and if it does, it usually comes back anyway with seasonal events. Number 5, how to eat? I suppose lots of people don't expect this one, as it seems so insignificant compared to the other points. But I am a firm believer in hungry hunters getting their fill. Chef Meowskiller and his nan in Iceborne will surely treat you to delicious unlockable snacks. Don't overlook this, as there are some food skills that will literally save your life. I've attached a feasting sauce to save us time on this, but forgetting to eat can and will cost you unnecessary carts. And that's about it. I know it's not much, but it's honest work. I get asked things all the time, and it's never really as simple as do this, you'll be great. So I'm sorry if you were expecting that, as these were my top 5 bare minimum tips. I want to ask, what are your tips for fellow hunters? And if you're a newborn hunter, what are you most excited for? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to see some more gaming content. Happy hunting, everyone!